Most men crumble when they hear the words, "let's just be friends." They feel rejected, stripped of their worth, and trapped in a dynamic they never wanted. But a Stoic does not beg. A Stoic does not chase. A Stoic understands that power lies in control, not over others, but over himself. Why should you watch this video? Because we are reveal some points if she friendzones you do this, and she'll be all over you. Are you ready? Let's move to our topic. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If she sees you only as a friend, you have two choices: remain weak and seek her approval, or become a man of such presence and purpose that she cannot ignore you. Here's what you must do, not to manipulate her, but to transform yourself into the kind of man who does not fear loss, because he is already complete. One accepts, but do not submit. Most men resist reality. They think if they try harder, prove their worth, or stick around long enough, she will change her mind. But this is an illusion. Seneca taught he who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. To long for what is not yours is to suffer needlessly. So accept where she stands, but do not let it define you. A man who sees rejection as defeat is a man who does not value himself enough. When you detach from the outcome, you show her and yourself that you are not desperate for her validation. Acceptance is the first step toward emotional resilience. The greatest men of history did not waste time lamenting their circumstances. They adapted. They thrived. The energy you waste trying to change her mind is better spent forging your own destiny. Understand this: true power is in walking away with grace, not in convincing someone to see your worth if she does not value you. Now, she will not value you later. The only person who must see your worth is you to withdraw and elevate. A man who lingers in the background, hoping for a change of heart, becomes invisible. Step away, not as a game, but as a declaration of your worth. Epictetus warned man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties. Most men fear that if they walk away, they will be forgotten. But a man of depth of vision, of purpose, does not fade into the shadows. He rises above them. Withdraw. Improve yourself, not for her, but for you. Cultivate discipline, build strength, master your craft. A man absorbed in his own greatness does not seek permission to be noticed. He is noticed because he cannot be ignored. Consider the great warriors, the thinkers, the conquerors of the past. Did they wait for someone's affection to validate them, or did they see their own power and become men of legend? Use this time to become more read the ancient texts. Build your physical and mental strength. Challenge yourself daily. Become the kind of man that history remembers. Become an object of admiration, not desperation. A man who constantly reminds a woman of his affection becomes predictable, and predictability breeds indifference. Instead, embrace mystery, growth, change. Seneca reminds us it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Do not waste your time waiting. Spend it becoming. When you return, you will not be the same man, and the woman who once saw you as a friend will sense this change. Whether she desires you then is irrelevant, because by that point you will no longer need her to think of the sculptor and the stone. You are the sculptor, and the version of yourself that is overlooked today is simply the uncarved stone chip away at weakness, distraction, and longing. What remains will be undeniable. 4. Cultivate indifference. The true power of a Stoic, the moment you no longer seek, the world begins to offer. This is the paradox of desire. A man who chases is seen as lacking, but a man who walks away radiates abundance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Women, like life itself, cannot be controlled. The more you try, the more they slip through your grasp. True strength lies in detachment. When you internalize this, you no longer react. You no longer seek, you simply are. And in being, you become magnetic, not because you need her, but because you do not detach. Let go and watch as the world bends toward you. 5.5. The Return of the King. Imagine. This months have passed. You are no longer the man she once knew. You do not seek her attention, nor do you resent her rejection. You simply exist as a force of nature, unshaken, powerful, self-sufficient. The man she friend-zoned was seeking something. The man you have become is beyond seeking. He is choosing, and that is the difference. Maybe she notices, maybe she doesn't, but by now you do not care. Because the journey was never about her, it was about you. And in choosing yourself, you have already won